One thing that separates junior and senior DevOps engineers is how they treat best practices. Juniors look for them, and seniors are suspicious of them because in real systems, best practices often conflict with each other. If you search AWS or Azure documentation, everything looks clean and correct. But as we can say, like it can be a multi-AZ, auto-scaling, immutable infrastructure, or a zero downtime deployments. All of it is technically correct, and yet many production systems still fail. So the core idea here is senior DevOps work is not about applying best practices blindly. It's about choosing which best practice to break and when. As we know, every decision that we are going to make has a specific cost for it. It can be in the form of performance, it can be in the form of reliability or operational complexity, or we can say it can be in the form of money. So you can't optimize all of them at once. Let's take a very common example. Uh, a team decides to deploy a database in multi-AZ mode, and they decided it to deploy in AWS or Azure because it's a best practice of deploying the infrastructure into AWS or Azure or any cloud infrastructure or cloud platform. On paper, this improves availability, but in reality, it can increase latency, it can increase it can increase, and it can make it hard to reason about the failovers, and applications retry logic is often broken, and operational debugging becomes slower. So it can be in the form of this: the system looks more reliable but behaves more unpredictably. So a senior engineer does not ask, is multi-AZ recommended? Or they ask only, what outages are we actually protecting against? And more importantly, what new failure modes does this introduce? Sometimes a single instance database with good backups and a clear recovery plan is the safer system. So, this is why many DevOps interviews feel disconnected from reality. Interviewer asks, like, what is the best practice? But real work asks, what trade offs are you accepting? So, there is no correct answer without context. In production, you are always balancing, and you are balancing in between stability versus speed, automation versus control, or redundancy versus simplicity. So we can say senior engineers are comfortable making imperfect decisions because they understand the consequences. Juniors look for correctiveness, and seniors look for survivability. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this: best practices don't run systems, trade offs do. And DevOps maturity is learning which trade offs you can afford and which one you can't. So I will break down more real production decisions like this in the next video. Thank you.